Yo, 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 and welcome back to sorry, I couldn't even do it. Creeps and Crimes
Podcast.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Morgan. And we're back for episode 98 and a new setup, of course.
And we're back on YouTube.
When don't we change our setup once a month? And we're also back on YouTube.
And we're back in the studio, off the couch, back to the chairs. You know how it be in here. It feels crazy.
It feels crazy.
It feels crazy, girl.
We've already been acting up. If you didn't see us
on your TikTok and your Instagram reels, and what are you doing?
Actually, if you did see it, just we're sorry.
We're sorry, but actually we're not sorry because we're feeling ourselves in these clothes. Like,
you'll
hear about it later.
Them.
Yeah,
we love them.
We're freaking obsessed. And I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't know what I was expecting. But when I got these clothes, immediately change. I'm wearing this for the next month.
It's now the month outfit.
It's the outfit of the month.
Period.
It is the outfit of the month. But you guys know every August we hit you with a back to school safety / spooky special.
Yay.
Where we cover stuff that happens at schools and bring some awareness to sending your kids back to school, whether it's to college, elementary school, preschool, middle school, high school, whatever it is, because there's a lot of awful shit that happens in schools.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%. So we're going to have a little discussion. I haven't even told Morgan about this yet.
Oh, great.
I thought I would just pop it on you. I saw it on Facebook.
Well, okay, go ahead.
I wanted us to talk about like some of the like staples of our elementary school's early 2000s moments.
Like our favorite moments?
Like the things that you
like,
remember like vividly for no reason. Like for me, it's the TV, the big back TV that's strapped onto a fucking rolly cart.
That was rolled in on this metal iron cart.
And it's got like 900 tapes.
Yes,
tapes underneath it.
I know. Oh my God, I have so many.
I'll never forget when they started giving, I mean, not iPads, like laptops. Did you ever get laptops?
Man,
we were a part of this. I know, you're right.
We did not get laptops.
We were a part of this like thing that Tennessee put on, and it was like sending laptops to different schools, like random high schools that were just like randomly picked or something like that, and to see how it affected like productivity of the kids. I fucking hated it. I cannot pay attention if I'm with a laptop.
I remember kids that were cyber schooled or homeschooled, they got laptops, and I was like, Mom, I want a laptop.
Mom, I need a laptop.
Mom, I need to be cyber schooled. But the biggest staple of my elementary school career was my career.
my elementary school career.
When you got in trouble, you had to stand on the wall at recess.
I mean, that's
so fucked up.
Okay, no. And then I was thinking about like the cards or like the pins that you would have to move if you were bad with your name written on it, and you have to get over like the entire class.
Either green zone, yellow zone, or red zone. Yeah. Red zone means call home to mom. And
red zone
office.
Means like you're going to the principal's office and you're gonna get paddled. Like we used
no,
to get
literally,
paddled.
dude. They would line us up on at recess. They would line us up on this brick wall, and we'd have to stand there backs against the wall
and watch
everybody play for the entirety of the recess for like 35 minutes.
That was fucking jail.
That is literally illegal.
That is prison.
And I only had to stand on the wall one time, and it was a day we had a substitute teacher, and it was because fifth grade we were on the 5th floor, and the cafeteria was on the 1st floor, and me and a couple of my friends were like running down the stairs, like just like we always did, like to get to. We were hungry,
starving,
hungry kids.
You gotta go fucking eat.
And whenever I got down there, it was Sloppy Joe Day, and my substitute teacher was like, "You guys are on the wall. You're not allowed to run down the stairs."
Not on Sloppy Joe Day.
And so it was Sloppy Joe Day, and I wouldn't touch my Sloppy Joe, and I was crying hysterically. I was like, "I can't be on the wall. I can't. I'm not a wall girl. I'm not a wall.
I'm not a wallflower.
I'm not a wallflower." And the cafeteria ladies literally came up to me and they're like, "Sweetheart, like you really need to eat your Sloppy Joe." I'm like, "I don't want this Sloppy Joe. I just want to play on the swings." And they didn't give a shit.
They literally don't care.
Oh my God.
No. So what was your favorite cafeteria food? Like what was the day that you were like
pasta day with breadsticks?
Pasta and breadsticks.
I also liked pizza.
I liked the triangle. I mean, not the triangle. The square pizza. Square pizza only with the Italian sausage. Love that. And
breakfast
then it
pizza.
always came with corn on the side.
Did not have corn.
You guys didn't have corn on the side?
Not with
now
pizza.
every time I eat pizza or pasta, like lasagna, I'm like, I need some corn because I'm like conditioned to know that this comes with corn.
Yeah.
But I think the cheesy breadstick thingies. Did you guys have those? Bosco sticks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fire.
And we had French Fry Friday and Tot Tuesday.
Oh.
In high school.
Well, our high school cafeteria is actually bueno.
No, mine was ass. But
ours was so good. Gourmet line salad bar, soup bar.
Ooh, soup.
You had 2 options. Then you had a snack bar. They had like all flavored slushies, gourmet pretzels that were stuffed with cream cheese.
Are you kidding?
These greasy brownies that were like literally the grease was melting through the wax paper. Cookies.
Oh my God.
Every piece of candy you could think of. Any type of ice cream that you could think of. It was so good. I would literally spend $20 a day. And my mom, I'd be like, Mom, need more lunch money. She's like, I just put 100 on last week.
Literally,
I'm like,
how?
Sorry, but I was a spoiled bitch in elementary school because everyone had to get milk and juice was an upcharge, but I was allergic to dairy, so my juice was free, so I always got a good juice. I was like basically flexing on everyone.
Yeah, I would have been too.
I was like, yeah, I have a juice today.
No, do you remember how like amazing it was? Did you ever have to, you know, when you get checked out for like a doctor's appointment and you come back with like McDonald's or some shit and you like slip it to your girl but like no one else and everybody's like, can I please have one for a try?
Yeah, please.
Please this is one for a try. And I'm like, no, sorry, it's just for me and Emma, aka Scoots. Like, this is for us. We were such bitches.
But if it was a doctor's appointment, I'd never go back to school. My mom would be like, you know what? You're right.
School's I would too far away. I loved going to school. I would literally like, Mom, please, I'm gonna miss a fight or something. Like, please send me back. I was my biggest fear was to miss a fight. Like, if I was gonna miss a fight,
I thought you said fire.
No. I would have loved to miss a fire, but to miss a fight, no. Like, I would have felt so left out of the loop. I've been so pissed. That would have been so bad.
No, like our recess was literally like a zoo. Like I'm talking, we had kids that were climbing like the walls.
No,
and like
think about recess. How is that safe?
I don't know.
And like you send children while these teachers just like shit talk together on the bench in the shade, and you send these children who have been cooped up in center block buildings all day, and you're like, roam free.
Yeah.
And
45 minutes go after
there's
it.
Literally like monkey bars that they're climbing on top of.
Always right after lunch. Too.
Yeah, always.
Don't throw up. Sorry if you do.
And then there was always that one kid that did. Always.
And then you had to run the mile. I'm sorry.
No, that was some fucking bullshit.
That was
that was so rude.
And
why
the
do we
push-up test? I'm like, or the no, it was the pull-up test. I was like, I can't do a pull-up. I am bottom heavy.
I'm a bottom heavy bitch.
Okay. I cannot pull up my hips down. I can't pull that weight.
I would train so hard.
Let me do my pull-ups hanging from my feet.
What was it called? The presidential fitness test? Okay, how is that fair? There's just some people that are not
and then
athletic.
You would get this signed Barack Obama on paper. And you're like, yeah. Oh
my God. Yes. I fucking did it. Like, why would we do that? Like, you want to know where bullying starts? With gym teachers.
Absolutely.
With gym teachers, point blank, period.
Bullies in high school end up being gym teachers, period.
And nurses. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
All the nurses and gym teachers are like, listen to this right now. Are you guys okay? Were you bullies? Let us know.
Not all, but every gym teacher, period.
But it was always like, if it was like a male gym teacher, he was always like, kind of like pedo, a little pedo.
Always rubbing on your shoulders.
Yeah,
I have one. Everyone from my school knows.
Ugh, I hated it. Or you have like the coolest fucking woman ever. Like we had Miss Newman in our elementary school, and she'd be like, "Go get your hula hoops." And like that's just how
the girls are always dope.
They're dope as
our
hell.
Gym
they
were was awesome.
Crazy because they were like former athletes, and they would come in there and be like, "Get down, give me 20," and you're like, "Jesus Christ!"
I know you can try better. Dock 10 points today, and you're like, I'm about to get C and PE.
Please don't do this to me. I'm trying my best out here. Dodgeball. Like, can we just play dodgeball instead or bear tag? Did you like what was your staple game in elementary school gym? Do you guys remember the name of it?
Elementary school?
Yeah.
We did the like scooters on the butt.
Oh my God. Those
Do you know what I'm talking about? When they would like tape
finger hazard.
When they would tape the tracks on the gym floor and you would like ride around on the scooters. And
yes.
Like, oh, that shit was fun.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking about the flat rolly things.
Yeah, on your butt.
Oh yeah. I thought you were.
It had the two handles on the side.
Yeah. Those. Oh my God, those
usually blue and yellow.
Yeah, terrifying. Literally terrifying. And then also, my elementary school gym had wooden bleachers still, ours like too. Very old and like concrete. So if you ran into the bleachers on accident, you were dead.
And if you walked into gym on elementary school and they had the rainbow canopy out.
It's the best day
knew
ever.
It was the best day ever.
Or if you like accidentally forgot your gym shoes because you wanted to flex with your new sandals that you got from Dillard's with your grandma the weekend before, then you'd have to sit out and watch everybody play with the fucking canopy.
We didn't have to wear We didn't have to wear gym shoes in elementary school.
Oh my God, we had to.
Middle school and high school, we had to bring a change of clothes.
Obviously, in middle school and high school.
Actually, maybe we just had to wear tennis shoes that day.
You just had to wear tennis shoes.
I don't remember ever bringing shoes, though.
I would always, like, if I was wearing sandals, my mom would be like, don't forget your tennis shoes.
You know I wore tennis shoes every day anyway. I did not wear sandals.
I was wearing, like, heels.
You know my mom had me in Heelys.
No. And then we weren't allowed to wear Heelys in gym either. They made us take out our...
No, it was banned from the school.
Yeah, when they got banned from the school, I sobbed. I was like, I just got the new white and pink
ones. Like flip-flops and sandals you weren't allowed to wear those in elementary school at all.
Really?
Because we had 5 flights of stairs. It was a huge...
We're flat.
We're like very like in, but we were tall.
Yeah. Well, because you said like the 5th floor was 5th grade. I'm like, that is a fucking terrifying ordeal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Of course, you running down the stairs would be an issue. Like you
should
cry over your sloppy joke.
Like it was crazy. Like they was actually really pretty elementary school.
That sounds really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all the elementary schools around me were like flat as a desert.
Yeah, ours was not like that.
I guess deserts are flat. Mm-hmm. I guess we better get going. Do you have anything to say?
No, I was gonna say if we had time we could talk about Rush, but we won't.
We'll talk about that in
my story or your story.
Both perfect. But also we do want to note that we had our first like official business meeting today.
Yeah, we did.
And, I mean, yeah, we have been doing this for 2 years, but we did, and it was awesome. Great, we feel great. We might have done something. We
might have a lot of surprises for you.
Like huge, like maybe the name's not even Creeps and Crimes anymore.
Okay,
I'm just fucking with you.
If you're driving, throw that shit on cruise control.
If you got a glass, pour that shit up,
and let's get creepy.
You want to know what we love more than new, stylish, cute, snatched clothes? Is a women-ran, owned, operated business for freaking women.
We are all about women empowerment.
Of course.
At CAELIS Boutique, you're bound to find that perfect new piece to amp up any new season's wardrobe. Not only do they carry the latest in stylish fashion, from dresses to tees to high-rise jeans,
but if there's anything wrong with your order, like at all, you just send them a quick email and a real live person will get back with you and take care of you in minutes.
And their clothes are so cute.
We're obsessed.
If you saw our Instagram reel, then you know that we were rocking them.
You know that we were rocking them, and Patreons know that we rocked them for 3 days straight.
CAELIS Boutique has been in business for 2 years with a vast selection of athleisure and trendy clothes that can be worn year-round.
CAELIS Boutique offers it all. They know that you don't have to stick to one style, whether you want to look put together and super cute, but there are also other times where you want to wear your oversized tees and biker t-shirts with a bun.
Check them out at CAELISBoutique.com and use code CREEPSANDCRIMES to save 15% off your entire purchase.
That's CAELIS Boutique.com, and you can use code CREEPSANDCRIMES to save 15% off of your entire purchase.
Check them out.
Okay, Morgan, what do you have for us today?
Okay. Today I'm going to be telling you about the Skull and Bones Secret Society.
Oh, shit.
So those headed off. I know we talked a little bit about elementary school, middle school, high school in our intro, but those headed off to college right now, going through sorority recruitment or fraternity rush, or if you've just been consumed by Bama Rush on TikTok.
Oh my God.
I know, and maybe you've never done frat life before. I know you have so many questions.
Right.
What goes on behind closed doors?
Ask your girls.
The secrecy, the oaths you take,
the robes you wear.
Oh, this tea Taylar and I could spill.
So much tea.
Anyway, it's usually nothing too crazy for your regular IFC or Panhellenic organizations. But if you are the chosen one, you may be invited to join a secret society on campus. And the chances that your university has a secret society that you don't know about is likely
10 out of 10.
It's high. They're there.
Yeah, sorry.
They're at every college campus.
To expose all of you.
Even UT.
Yeah, but we know that one.
We know about that one.
Right.
So today I'm talking about one of the most notorious collegiate secret societies in history. Well, not so much a secret anymore. The Skull and Bones Society.
Ooh.
Skull and Bones was formed in 1832, roughly 190 years ago, at Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. And it goes by 4 names: Skull and Bones, the Order, Order 322, and the Brotherhood of Death.
Okay. Is that what you guys want to be called? The Sisterhood of Death?
The Besties of Death.
The Besties of Death.
The Babes of Death.
Just think about it and let us know.
Yeah, sleep on it and get back to us.
Let us know.
Babes of Death.
Besties of Death, Babes of Death. What is it?
Love it. At Yale, there are 3 secret societies called the Big Three. These are Scrolling Key, the Wolf's Head, and of course, the most prominent, Skull and Bones. If you are a member of the Bones, you are known as Bonesmen, members of the order, or initiated to the order. So how it started. 131 years after Yale University was founded, members at the Phi Beta Kappa Awards ceremony for already existing societies fell into a bit of a conflict. Okay. The conflict, not stated, was only fixed when members from 3 different societies reached a conclusion. So this conclusion was that members from the Members from the Linonia, the Brothers in Unity, and the Calliopian societies left their oath groups and formed the Skull and Bones Society. I'm so curious what this conflict really could have been over to start that shit. Like, you're at an award ceremony, you're like, you know what, we're leaving, we're creating our own. All 3 from 3 different societies.
Like what happened there? I bet they did not become presidents.
Yeah,
lost they didn't their effing minds.
They didn't win
the Chapter of the Year
Chapter
award.
of the Year award.
They didn't win lip sync, obviously.
They didn't win most philanthropic. Anyway, so William Huntington Russell created this society along with 12 other members, forming the first member class. The first member that William Russell initiated or tapped was Alphonso Taft, whose son would later become President of the United States, President William H. Taft.
Oh, shit.
Some sources argue that William Russell modeled the society after European groups that he had encountered while studying in Germany. William Russell's time in Germany was spent with the most mystical and elite clubs in the world, including organizations that mimic the Enlightenment era that inspired the Illuminati.
Oh.
The society was originally called the Eulogian Club. I probably mispronounced that, where they worship this fake goddess named Eulogia. I don't know how to say her name. She's fake. She's not real. Okay. Anyway, this goddess represents eloquence, and that's who they worshipped at first.
She's not real.
Right. But in 1856, it was incorporated as the Russell Trust Association, and on campus was referred to as Skull and Bones.
Okay.
Today, Skull and Bones is ran by its alumni organization, the Russell Trust Association, and they own the organization's real estate and they oversee all membership, and it's considered the business arm of the society.
Like the Nationals.
Yeah. In 1943, the Connecticut legislature passed an act granting special exemption to the Russell Trust Association, stating that they wouldn't have to file corporate reports with the Secretary of State, and they are the only collegiate organization in the country that doesn't have to do so.
Excuse me.
So I'm assuming that means they don't have to pay taxes.
They don't have to pay
file
anything for company shit.
Yeah.
How is that legal?
Right.
Okay. Keep going. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah. The emblem of the society is a skull and crossbones with the number 322 beneath of it. Beneath of it. Really?
322?
I really put beneath of it. I really just said beneath of it. I meant beneath it, guys. Sorry. My words are all mixed up.
I honestly thought I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, 322. Is that an angel number?
Yeah.
I don't think so. The number refers to the year 322 BCE, which was the death of the Greek orator Demosthenes, and was also the same year ancient Athens transformed from democracy to plutocracy.
Okay.
So plutocracy, thanks to Google, is government by the wealthy. Basically, the elite or the ruling class is decided upon based off of wealth. So they picked this number for their emblem, 322, based it off of the year 322 BCE, which was the year that ancient Athens...
Who the fuck do they know in the government?
Right.
Everybody, obviously.
They are the government.
They are the government.
So that's like typical Ivy League. They're like, we're going to knock this off plutocracy.
Fucking Yale. What are you talking about?
This is all off wealth.
Duh.
So Skull and Bones have 2 facility meetup spots, the Tomb and Deer Island. The tomb was originally built in 1856, but doubled in size in 1903 and has since grown. It was built in 3 different phases. The first wing was built in 1856, and the second wing was built in 1903. And in 1912, architect Alexander Jackson Davis, along with another architect, Everett Tracy, who were these huge, architectural people, best of the best. They kind of introduced this Gothic design to America. They designed these, love your work. They designed these neo-Gothic towers to the rear garden, and this created a small enclosed courtyard in the back of the building. Everett Tracy was actually a bonesman in 1890, along with his uncle William Maxwell Everett in 1837. He was the guy that did the towers. The tomb now sits as a Gothic windowless building right off of campus, and it's located on High Street and is the main location for member meetings and events. Documents have supposedly been leaked that belong inside the tomb that show members measure the time of day according to a clock that's 5 minutes out of sync with normal time, and this is called barbarian time. So they don't use real time.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know how they get anything done.
Like, okay, how are you getting your assignments turned in? Like, how do you know what time it is? Are you running late?
Are you late to every meeting, and do you get your ass beat?
Right, but maybe it's early because you just said it's a difference. So maybe it's like 5 minutes early. So they're like 5 minutes early to everything.
Does that mean you have to be 10 minutes early?
But really? How do you set your phone to like...
They didn't have this.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're just using their watches. You're right.
Legend also says that the tomb holds the remains of someone who was supposed to be laid to rest but has been disturbed since 1918, and this is so messed up. While there is no confirmation on this, the legend says that Prescott S. Bush, aka the father of President George H.W. Bush and the grandfather of President George W. Bush, traveled to Fort Sill, Oklahoma in 1918 and disturbed the peace of the prominent leader, the medicine man, and the shaman of the Apache people, Geronimo.
You're shitting my fucking dick right now.
They grave robbed him.
A medicine man. Okay, what was he again?
He was the prominent leader, medicine man, and the shaman of the Apache people.
You're haunted.
Yeah.
Is there any like encounters that they talk about?
So, well, no one talks about any.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You can't talk about anything in this. So they grave rob him. Prescott Bush, along with several other members, allegedly dug up Geronimo's grave, stole the warrior's skull, 2 bones, and some riding gear from his resting place. They then traveled back to the tomb and put the remains on display in this windowless crypt, bringing their emblem, the skull and 2 bones, to life.
What the fuck?
Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end, but that's...
okay. Go ahead. These are horrific people.
Yeah.
Horrific people. How have they not been raided and burned to the fucking ground?
Because they're literally the leaders of our country.
Fine, we'll lead it. Who wants to go with?
Yeah.
You want to get fucking arrested by Secret Service? Like, come on.
Good,
we'll get shot at. We won't
CIA,
get arrested.
So.
Okay, keep going.
The second location of the society is Deer Island. They own and manage Deer Island, a retreat location on the St. Lawrence River that's in between mainland Canada and the United States. It is owned entirely by the Russell Trust Association and can be seen if traveling up the St. Lawrence River. It covers more than 40 acres, and its purpose is to give bonesmen the opportunity to get together and rekindle old friendships.
Oh, fuck.
According to Alexandra Robbins, who wrote a book on Yale secret societies, Deer Islands in the early 1900s was filled with like tennis courts and softball fields and these beautiful like rhubarb plants and sailboats on the lake. They had staff for everything, caterers, captains, you name it. But today it's just ruins. Members still visit it every single year, but when you look at it from the river, it's just a bunch of burned out like stone buildings. It's overgrown. They said calling it, like a bonesman told Alexandra that calling it rustic would be to glorify it and that it's a dump, but it's still beautiful, but it's a dump. Which makes me think that if they're still visiting it, like the wealthiest of the wealthiest,
like what's there?
This is their retreat, the retreat is probably underground.
I bet that was just a cover as the ruins or whatever were just
right. Like they like use it for the first couple years, and then they're like, oh, we abandoned it.
Zoom. Elevator to the bottom of the earth.
Literally
to hollow earth.
Probably.
Kentucky tunnel, you're out.
Yeah.
Mainland Deer Island tunnel.
Deer Island tunnel.
You're in. Tunnel. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, everything is now overgrown, barely visible beneath the growth. So next question, who are the bonesmen? How do you get in? And if there was bonesman rush talk, what would we see?
Yeah.
Skull and Bone selects new members every spring as part of Yale University's TAP Day. The senior class will select 15 students from the junior class to join the society. And the society is exclusively limited, or was exclusively, still is, but was exclusively limited to white Protestant males, unless by means you were a star athlete. The first Jewish student tapped into Skull and Bones was Al Hesburgh, star football player in 1938. And the first African-American student tapped into the society was Levy Jackson, class of 1950, who actually turned down the invitation.
Well, good for him.
Good for him.
God, no shot I'd be fucking
And I'm not sure if it's
either.
Levy or Levi. I think it's Levy.
Levy
Jackson.
I think that sounds right to me.
I do too.
Yeah.
So the university, Yale University, didn't become coeducational until 1969. Therefore, these secret societies on campus had already been established for hundreds of years, and the thought of a woman in one? Nah,
no shot.
No fucking shot. The Bones class of 1972 attempted to tap a woman for membership when alumni were like, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, right, because what really were they doing?
This started an issue that would be debated for the next 20 years. The class of 1991 tapped 7 female members for the next year's class, and this pissed alumni the fuck off. So the trust, aka the alumni, changed the locks on the tomb, and the Bonesmen couldn't get in. So instead, they had to meet in the manuscript building on campus. What? They decided to do a mail-in vote of all alumni and active members on the issue of letting female members in, which decided 368 to 320 to permit women into the society.
Look, it makes me nervous for women to join this. I just don't feel safe about it.
No, me neither.
I don't feel safe about it. I don't even want them to. Why would they? I know why they would. It would be
because
awesome.
They want to be president.
Right, because you want to be in government. But it just doesn't seem safe, ladies.
Right. And then, so after this mail-in vote, which won for females to be allowed into the society, a group of alumni led by William F. Buckley, who founded the magazine National Review, this group obtained a temporary restraining order to block the motion, arguing that a formal change in bylaws was needed. So I'm sorry you're so pressed. Even though majority won, you are an alumni literally living your life. You're probably 55, 60 years old, and you're so pressed over women that you create this little gang and boycott the motion. But fighting Buckley's crew was another group ran by John Forbes Carey, which is a member of the Forbes family and an American politician, and R. Inslee Clark Jr., who was a huge advocate for co-ed transition for Ivy League schools. So he basically was like, Ivy Leagues need to be co-ed.
Right.
At the time.
100%.
These two spoke out in favor of admitting women into the societies.
Fair enough.
A second alumni vote in October of 1991 accepted the class of 1992, and women have been allowed since.
Good. I'm glad that they did 7 instead of the original 1 back in the day.
Yeah, because that's scary.
That is terrifying to me. But I'm glad they did more than 1. At least they have a little crew that they can be together.
Yeah. According to Lainey Davis, who is an American political operative, lawyer, consultant, lobbyist, author, and television commentator, and served as special counsel to President Bill Clinton and was spokesperson for the White House, he wrote on the qualifications for membership on the 1968 Yale yearbook. And this is a quote, but... this is so fucked up because he literally worked for the White House and he said some very awful discriminatory things in this quote. So I have changed some words because it's racist, it's derogatory, it's rude as fuck.
Right.
So he says that, quote, if the society had a good year, this is what the ideal group will consist of. A football captain, a chairman of the Yale Daily News, a conspicuous radical, Whiff and Poof, which is a a cappella member.
Oh, okay.
A swimming captain, a notorious drunk with a 94 average, a filmmaker, a politician columnist, a religious group leader, a chairman of the lit, a foreigner, a ladies' man, an ex-serviceman, an African-American, and a guy nobody else in the group had ever heard of, ever.
Okay, where are the ladies?
Yeah, this was in 1968. The women weren't there yet.
Oh, the women weren't there yet. Gross. And you had to call out that there could be one African American.
Yeah, I actually did him. I shouldn't have. I'm going to read you the full quote. He says, "An African American, if there are enough to go around."
Shut up.
That's what he actually says, which is so fucked up.
It is so fucked up. Why are you automatically assuming? I mean,
this motherfucker worked for. He was the spokesperson. He was the press of the White House.
Bill Clinton. With Bill Clinton,
literally his right hand man.
Wow.
Leading our country.
But that doesn't like honestly surprise me.
No, because our leaders are fucked up people.
Right.
Initiation meetings and rituals were kept secret. And to this day, we really have no idea what goes on there. Bonesmen carry their secrets with them until the day that they die. The society is filled with wealth and privilege and power. And the alumni have weirdly made up a large percentage of the world's most powerful leaders. Literally, the 2004 presidential election, both candidates from both parties were former Bonesmen.
Whoa.
And when asked about it, John Kerry said, it's a secret. And then George W. Bush wrote in his autobiography, so he never was asked about it in person, but in his autobiography, he wrote, so secret, I can't say anything more. Like, he was literally finishing, like, John Kerry's sentence.
Are you,
like going, like, piggybacking off of it.
Ooh, like, why are you gaslighting us to, like, ask more questions?
Right, like, you want us to ask more?
Is that what you're wanting?
So I'm going to run through some of the prominent alumni. So first is former President and Chief Justice William Howard Taft, a.k.a. the founder's son, former presidents and father and son George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush, president of the New York Central Railroad System and United States Senator from New York Chauncey Depew, founder and CEO of Pan American World Airways, aka Pan Am.
Oh my God.
Juan Terry Tripp, the first chancellor of Washington University in St. Louis, Joseph Gibson Hoyt, Supreme Court Justice Morrison W. Waite, Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart, the chief of the Central Intelligence Agency, James Jesus Angleton, and he is actually considered the mother of the CIA.
Oh,
like
we talked about him
founder,
and Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. The United States Secretary of War, Henry Stimson, the United States Secretary of Defense, Robert Lovett, Governor of Massachusetts, William Washburn, founder of Time, founder of Life. Sorry, this is the founder
Magazines.
of Time, Life, Fortune, and Sports Illustrated magazines, Henry Luce, former U.S. Secretary of State and United States Senator John Kerry, founder of the investment management company Blackstone Incorporated, Stephen Schwarzman, chairman of Obama's Council of Economic Advisors, Austin Goolsbee, CEO, founder of Morgan Stanley, Harold Stanley, and founder of FedEx, Frederick W. Smith.
Holy shit.
So Bonesmen have at one time controlled the fortunes of the Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Ford families, as well as posts in the Central Intelligence Agency, the American Psychological Association, and the Council on Foreign Relations, and some of the most powerful law firms in the world.
That is terrifying.
But before I jump into some tea that I found on Reddit.
They all went to Yale?
All went to Yale.
Like,
not Harvard babes? Like, come on, be a Harvard babe.
Why
Come
is no
on.
one else a Harvard babe?
Like, I'm a Harvard babe.
I'm a Harvard babe.
Although my shirt that I have that says Yale on it, burnt.
So it must have been a telltale sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm burning it.
Yeah, together.
So anyway, before I jump into some tea that I found on Reddit, goodness gracious.
Reddit.
On February 17th, 2009, the 100th anniversary of Geronimo's death, descendants of the Apache filed a federal lawsuit against the Skull and Bones Society, demanding that the group that claims to have possession of his remains return them to his family. Harlan Geronimo, 61 years old, who is Geronimo's great-grandson, said, quote, "I believe strongly from my heart that his spirit was never released." In August of 2010, a year later, Judge Richard Roberts granted the Justice Department motion to dismiss, saying the plaintiffs cited a law that applies only to Native American cultural items excavated or discovered after 1990. Therefore, the lawsuit was dropped and his remains were not returned. The hold they have on the federal government.
I'm fucking speechless. Are you kidding me? Oh, you don't have rights to this because it wasn't
happened
a law
after
until
1990.
No, fuck you. That's my fucking great-granddad's fucking bones.
It's so fucked up. I know.
Even more so than that, it is an artifact of my culture, and it has nothing to do with
your laws.
With your fucking laws. You came here on my fucking land,
my descendant,
for the second time in history. Like, are you fucking probably the 100th? Are you kidding me? What chokehold
do they have on the federal government?
Are you
on
fucking
the Justice
serious?
That they can get that motion dismissed.
That is terrifying. Can you imagine what more must be covered up for that? Yeah. For that to be the one thing that we hear?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God.
So besides the peak interest for most conspiracy theories and being blamed for literally everything, like I'm talking the Skull and Bones is a reason behind lots of things, like the creation of the nuclear bomb, the Kennedy assassination, 9/11, the origin of the Illuminati, and wanting to create a one world government. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that I could find that was juicy on this society. Like, it is locked, zipped, sealed, thrown away. The only thing that is publicized is the members' names, because they have to through the university.
Yeah, it's a public.
And if that's even the truth.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Knowledge. Yeah, you're right.
But thanks to Reddit, say no more. Now, of course, this is Reddit, so please take it with a grain of salt. I found this thread posted by a user that was claiming to be a member of Skull and Bones, saying that he'll not answer anything compromising his own identity. But luckily for us, he likes Reddit more than he likes Bones, and the Bones did him wrong.
Okay, hell yeah.
So his username is Whisper Again, and this was posted 13 years ago, which I'm just so kind of like wary about this, because if he was a Skull and Bones member, like, the chances of him actually jumping on Reddit and being like an internet sleuth, like, are slim to none.
Well, he could have been like someone that was high up in IT.
That's
and
true.
Because how would you feel comfortable posting that on a website, knowing that the fucking CIA motherfuckers could come grab you at any second by tracing your IP?
Yeah, I know.
Or he's fake.
Mm-hmm. So he said that once you're tapped, you have to reveal all adolescent sexual history. So any partners from when you lost your virginity to the time that you were tapped to the end of your junior year. And I actually saw a couple articles talk about this, but they weren't like the Times or like it was just like college kids blogs.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really want to mention it, but he said it there, so I figured I would. He says that you share your deepest and darkest secrets, and that in the tomb and within the society, there is a huge obsession with human remains and with death. Inside the tomb, there is skulls everywhere. Most of them were obtained illegally in the early years. So there's more than just Geronimo's remains.
Yeah, there's way more than that.
There is Nazi paraphernalia lying around everywhere, not because that they are Nazis, but because it ties with their obsession with death, and it ties with the OG, like, founder's obsession with Germany when he was over there.
You can't convince me they're not Nazis.
Right.
Acting like this.
He said that he has seen Geronimo's skull. It is there, and that each member actually, like, I don't even want to say this on mic.
Say it.
That they actually, like, have to, like, lick it.
You're kidding me.
No. Like, kiss it. Like, lick its teeth.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He says that there is essentially no hazing, that everything is pretty much, like, mutually agreed upon. Like, that they're so, like, I guess that these members are just so desperate to be in, like, this society. And, like, they kind of have, like, a head on their shoulders that they know, like, what this is all going to be about, that they are fine with doing whatever, that it's not necessarily hazing if you want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's still fucked up. That the initiation type event, it deals with blindfolding, reading of names, and sharing your deepest and darkest secrets. Already initiated members are dressed up in these, like, occult-like masks during this. I just picture giant bird beaks. That's what I picture them wearing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of all I have. I kind of get this, like part of me wants to think that this is, like, today, Skull and Bones is not what it used to be, because it's so publicized and so many people know of it, and that today it's probably just like this, like I'm just thinking like Hellfire Club, like these Dungeons and Dragons, like, nerdy, like, college boys that, like, are smart as fuck and filthy rich, and they are obsessed with death, but, like, not like Hellfire, like the innocent Stranger Things boys. Like, I'm talking, like, just, like, nerdy, like, I don't know.
Like, playing on, like, Warzone type of death obsession. But if that was the case, Morgan, they would have given back the bones. Like, there's no way.
But yeah, they all end up extremely successful. And then again, though, it's all about connection. So of course, if you're trying to climb the political ladder and you have the Russell Trust Association, oh, that's another thing. You can't put Skull and Bones on your resume. You have to put that you worked for, interned at the Russell Trust Association. And if someone sees that on your resume, someone's immediately going to recognize that and immediately hire you. So you're regardless going to be noticed, climb up that social ladder, and all it is about connections. And that's why so many people are in the government with the Skull and Bones Society.
I'm going to put an application into the FBI and put that I was
Russell Trust Association.
Yeah, that I interned there.
See what they say.
Oh my God, they'll call me immediately.
Like, who, you?
No, then they'll tap all of our shit, and then we'll be in some big trouble.
Yeah, so I don't know, but regardless, it's pretty fucked up. It's creepy, and at the same time, I probably kind of would have loved to be tapped. Besides the Geronimo shit, that's really messed up. But
I would love to be tapped just so I can get in there and see everything, and then steal it, and then take it back, and then
Oh, that's padlocked. It's like triple padlocked. The door.
Oh my God.
So there's only one door, and it's like there's no windows or anything. It's like a crypt.
It's a tomb. I think we should.
I read this one university student's blog that said that she on tap night, because you every society uses tap night for the same thing. Yeah. And on tap night, her dorm, you can see, or her apartment complex or something is close to where the Skull and Bones tomb is.
Yeah.
She like would hear like moaning and like cries for help every night on tap night, and like she was like going crazy on it, actually, like really digging into it. And the second day, like the day after tap day, whenever your name gets publicized by the university that you are now a member of Skull and Bones, you immediately become like that person on campus that people are trying to like make connections with, because they know you're gonna go somewhere, that you're gonna graduate, and you will be a millionaire. You will be someone influential.
Own fucking Time magazine.
And you will be the big shot of the United States.
Damn, Morgan. I'm glad that you did that, because I never would have known about this besides you discussing it.
Yeah.
But I hate that you did this to me. Damn. Well, thanks so much.
Back to school.
Back to school, babes.
Skull and Bones Rush Talk. You know we love a bestie duo, but we also love a husband and wife true crime duo.
Which you know we would absolutely kill for. But since our boys are not getting on board anytime soon, we are living vicariously through our friends Ashley and Ricky at Crime Salad Podcast.
Crime Salad is a true crime podcast that investigates sudden disappearances, mysterious deaths, unsuspecting massacres, and more.
Since January of 2019, this iconic couple, Ashley and Ricky, have released scripted 40-minute episodes that are well-researched, engaging, and so interesting.
Some of Crime Salad's most recent episodes that we loved are titled COVID Alibi, The TikTok Murder Star, and The Vanishings, Part 1 and 2, where they dive into the abduction and captivity of the 3 girls in Cleveland and highlight on the human condition and their survival story.
No, Morgan, the way that I literally binged all of those in a single day.
Right.
Ashley and Ricky from Crime Salad cover all the cases and true crime tales that we're craving to learn more about. If any of these stories and titles intrigue you, we absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend you listening to Crime Salad on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen.
Go check out our friends Ashley and Ricky with Crime Salad Podcast. You won't regret it.
So in the spirit of shitty fraternities,
wonderful,
and awful people, I'm going to be covering a case that has absolutely ripped my heart apart. And you guys know, typically, like when I'm giving you a case, I'm giving you full background on every character in this case, but it just didn't feel right with this one. I think that in this case, you deserve to know the facts out of respect for this victim and to understand how brutal and horrific his death was. So with all that being said, and hoping that this will raise awareness for other people that were probably in his position, I'm going to be covering the case of Timothy Piazza.
Oh my God. This case fucked us up. Do you remember this when this came out?
We were like best friends. This is when we were new best friends.
Yeah.
When this case, and
I mean,
it was from your home state,
yeah,
too.
it flooded every social media I had. It was all over the news. It was everywhere, as it should be.
As it should be. And what's crazy is it's really not talked about a lot on podcasts. Like, there's not many podcasts I could find that have actually covered his story.
Yeah.
So with that being said, trigger warning just for really, like, it made me very upset. And I don't know if that's just because, like, I personally remember it and how it was affecting universities and fraternity, Greek life. I mean, it was just really hard for me to even, like, go through this. So here we go. Timothy Tim, which is everyone called him Tim, John Piazza was born on September 25th, 1997 to Evelyn and Jim Piazza in Edison, New Jersey. Tim and his brother Michael were raised in the Reddington Township, and Tim attended high school at Hunterdon Central, where he played football, track, was an ambassador, participated in the Teen Prevention Education Program, and he volunteered with outreach programs for special need children, as well as the Reddington's Holiday Gift Organization. Morgan. According to the Washington Post article written by Susan S., Tim knew what he wanted in life. He was always the life of the party, athletic, confident, funny, and even at his prom, he danced so hard that he split his pants.
Oh my gosh.
Tim was eager to get his diploma in engineering, which would allow him to design artificial limbs for children with disabilities and marry his high school sweetheart.
Oh.
Upon graduation at 18 years old in 2015 from Hunterdon Central High School, Tim was accepted to Penn State University as an engineering student. February 2nd, 2017. Tim was just getting back from winter break, and he's halfway through his sophomore year of college and finishing up fraternity rush at Penn State, which is when he received a bid from Beta Theta Pi, or Beta, and it was their Alpha Upsilon chapter. And that night, all the Beta pledges were called to the Beta house. Because there were many events that take place in the Beta house, it was easy to go, there's many events that take place in this, and there are 14 security cameras inside this home. The easiest way to tell this story is by a timeline that I obtained from the Penn State Collegian, which was written by student Sarah Vasile. It's 8:56 p.m., and the pledges fill into the Beta Great Hall, which is like their meeting room, and it's completely dark. All of the lights are turned off. Once inside and everyone is silent, 3 brothers identified themselves in the front of the meeting room with flashlights, like they're telling spooky stories. And these brothers were 19-year-old Daniel Casey, who was the pledge master, so like the recruitment chair. 21-year-old Brendan Young, who was the chapter president, and 21-year-old Ryan Burke, who was like unofficially the hazing chair.
Okay.
Casey, Young, and Burke gave their chapter initiation speeches until 9:06 p.m. when Burke led all of the pledges out of the Great Hall and into the Beta basement to what he called the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is a drinking obstacle course that is, as according to the Beta hazing rituals, like what pledges have to go through and like chug alcohol and like do different activities. After explaining the course to the pledges, other Beta brothers sent the first pledge through the course at 9:16 p.m. At 9:21 p.m., Tim Piazza began the gauntlet. Casey is seen handing Tim a handle of vodka, which he is forced to chug from for 8 seconds, as much as he could. After which, Beta brother, 19-year-old Nick Kubera, hands Tim a beer, which he is instructed to shotgun. Once he completes shotgunning the beer, Tim was then to chug from a bag of wine hanging from the ceiling, and he was finished with the gauntlet at this point. And they have to wait for all the other pledge brothers to go through.
What are fraternities' obsessions with drinking?
Well, what is the fraternity obsession with hazing? Like, we were both in sororities, as you guys know, in the same sorority, and I don't remember any, like, we weren't hazed.
No, we weren't.
Like, at all. Like, was there things that we did that were just, like, us trying to show off? Hell yeah. But, like, never forced to drink or do anything that we didn't feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Which I'm so thankful for.
I just don't understand, like, fraternities and, like, their hazing process of being so involved with the consumption of alcohol and forcefully more of alcohol. I don't get that. Like, to the point of obliteration, like, oh, that's so funny, he's so fucked up. Like, I don't think that's
why would
funny.
you want to do that?
Like, when my fiance is so fucked up, I'm literally like, get your ass in bed, like, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Like, it's annoying, and you have to play babysitter, and if you're not taking that responsibility to play babysitter after you get them obliterated,
don't need to get someone obliterated.
Then don't get them obliterated.
And then also on top of that, like, I know that there was like drinking obstacle versions of hazing with the fraternities at our school, but the main like pledge initiation hazing things I remember was like people walking around in fucking dinosaur blow up suits.
Right. Like, it was more about like public embarrassment.
Yeah.
Than it was like,
and that's more inclusive for people. Like, maybe someone has like a medical condition and they literally can't drink. So then can they not be initiated into Beta?
Yeah.
Like, really? And our Beta at UT had been banned for years and was just brought back like our freshman year or sophomore year.
Yeah.
After. It was around this incident.
Struggled to get pledges.
Yeah, and they literally couldn't.
Yeah.
So he's forced to shotgun the beer and then slap the bag of wine hanging from the top, chug it. And you have to wait for all of the other pledge members to go through this entire course before you can return.
So is he going through the course are they going one at a time, or is it like one person at each station? You can't move on to the next one.
I think it's like once that person. I think it's timed too, from what my understandings were, but there's not a ton of like talk on it because it is considered a hazing ritual.
I don't give a
fuck if it's your ritual or not. Like, there's way more too that I've uncovered in this. So at 10:31 p.m., the pledges are seen emerging from the basement, meaning that everyone in their class finished the gauntlet, all of which are visibly over-intoxicated. 9 minutes later, beta brother, 19-year-old Lars Kenyon, is seen helping Tim Piazza onto the couch in the Great Hall. Tim is hunched over, staggering and limp as Kenyon lays him onto the couch. But not even 3 minutes later, at 10:43 p.m., Kubera is seen encouraging Tim to stand up. Once Tim is on his feet, for 1 minute, Kubera assists him, like putting his arm around his shoulder and walking him through the dining room, through the kitchen, and then 1 minute later returning to the living room Great Hall and like laying him down on the couch again. So I don't know, we don't know what they went and did, but they're just seen like walking in a circle. So 1 minute after laying down, which is now 10:45 p.m., Tim stands up on his own and walks to the front door of the beta house. He struggles to try to get the door open, but he is unable to do so, and then he begins staggering towards the basement. As he approaches the basement stairs, he passes beta brothers Jerry Coyne and Luke Visser. Tim begins heading down the basement stairs when he stumbles and falls down them. 2 minutes later, after Tim's fall at 10:47 p.m., Burke, Visser, Greg Rizzo, and 19-year-old Jonah Newman are seen carrying Tim up the stairs and lying him back on the couch in the Great Hall. Once back on camera, and you can see them carrying him, the basement stairs did not have a video camera from that night, they say, but we later learned that they fucking destroyed it.
Oh,
so do we really know? So did he fall down the stairs or was he pushed down the stairs?
Right.
Because why else would you need to destroy it?
Right.
Right. Tim is seen completely limp as the boys are carrying him, and he has a visible abdominal bruise, and he's being like
Does he have his shirt off?
So there's some sources are like that he's completely naked, and others that he just had his shirt off. And I think I remember his shirt off. Yeah, because I think they had to take it off for the gauntlet. Right. But I could be wrong. So he's seen with an abdominal bruise visible as he's being carried to the camera. It's clear that Tim is unresponsive at this point. Rizzo then attempts to administer a sternum rub to Tim, yet there are no reactions. At 10:49 p.m., Rizzo then dumps liquid onto Tim's face. Again, no reaction, no response, no reflexes. Burke is then seen lifting Tim's arm and then dropping it back onto his chest as Tim was completely limp. At 10:55 p.m., Newman puts Joseph M's backpack on Tim's back and rolls him onto his side. At 11 p.m., beta brother, 21-year-old Ryan Foster, sends against Tim's feet to prevent him from rolling off of the couch and moving before Jonah Newman sits on top of Tim's legs.
Are you literally kidding?
I know. 14 minutes later, newly initiated...
I would have literally had him at the hospital by then.
It gets worse. Just wait till you hear this one quote I have. 14 minutes later, newly initiated beta brother Cordell Davis, he had just got initiated as a brother in December of 2016, enters the room and examines Tim. And he's like going over and like bending down and looking at him. After which he begins screaming and using like animated arm movements as seen in the video, explaining to the brothers that Tim needed to be taken to the hospital. He was not okay and he needs help. Newman then stands up from sitting on Tim's legs and shoves Davis into a wall, telling him to fucking leave. And that he has it under control. Davis,
you have it under control? What, you're just...
Here's the quote. You're not even ready for this. Davis then goes to the chapter VP, Ed Gilmartin, expressing his concerns for Tim's health when Gilmartin tells Davis that the brothers with him were majors in kinesiology and biology, so Tim was fucking okay and that Davis was being crazy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Your kinesiology.
I majored in kinesiology, and my sophomore year or my junior year, I didn't know jack fucking shit. But actually, I graduated, and I still don't know jack fucking shit.
And like, if they really were that educated and everything was okay, then they would know that he needed to be at the hospital.
What? They can tape an ankle
already. Like, what are you going to do? At 11:25 p.m., Pledge Master Daniel Casey enters the Great Hall once again, walking over to Tim and slapping him 3 times on the face. At 11:53 p.m., Rizzo sends a text message in the chapter GroupMe, saying, quote, "Also, Tim Piazza might actually be a problem. He fell 15 feet down a flight of stairs. Hair first, going to need help." At 1 a.m., now on February 3rd, 2017, Foster, Coyne, and Ems are with Tim as he begins to vomit and convulse on the couch. At 1:48 a.m., so this is 48 minutes later, Tim rolls off of the couch and onto the floor when Ems, Foster, and Matt Reinmund pick him up and violently throw him back onto the couch before Ems punches Tim in the stomach.
What the fuck?
At 3:22 a.m., Tim is awake and tries to stand up with Coyne watching from across the room. Tim falls backwards, smacking his head on the hardwood floor. Coyne goes over to Tim, shakes him, but when Tim doesn't react, he leaves the room. At 3:54 a.m., so now this is almost 30 minutes later, Tim regains consciousness again and attempts to stand up, but falls face first onto the floor without any bracing reactions. An hour later, at 4:49 a.m., Tim stands up and staggers to the front foyer of the home. Seconds later, he falls onto the iron railing, catching himself and then lifting himself back up once again. Tim begins staggering to the front door, but trips before reaching it and tumbles forward, hitting his head very hard against the front door. 9 minutes later, at 5:08 a.m., Tim is on his knees, holding his head in his hands before he rolls onto his side and holds his abdomen on the floor in the fetal position. At 5:15 a.m., Beta brother John Martinez, I think that's what it is, walks down the stairs to get water from the kitchen and steps over Tim, who is still lying in the fetal position on the floor.
Oh my God.
At 5:26 a.m., Beta brother Frederick Steemling comes down the stairs for water, and he sees Tim. He bends down and helps Tim up and walks him to the Great Hall. On the way there, Tim trips down 3 steps, just like 3 mini steps, after which Frederick just steps over him and continues to the kitchen, leaving Tim behind. Moments later, Tim was able to get onto his feet and got to the couch was walking towards the couch in the Great Hall before he collapses onto the floor. At 6:44 a.m., Beta Pledge Quobi Quanu walks into the Great Hall and begins filming Tim on the floor for his Snapchat. At 7:18 a.m., Tim stands up and stumbles towards the basement steps before going off of camera. At 10 a.m., brothers Daniel Erickson and Kyle Pecky begin searching for Tim, finding him in the basement behind the basement bar. Erickson and 2 of other brothers carry Tim up the stairs, place him on the couch in the Great Hall, cover him up with a blanket, wash his face, which was at this point covered in blood, and attempted to put on his shirt. 48 minutes later, at 10:48 a.m., Beta brother Ryan McCann calls 911 saying something had happened to their friend. An ambulance arrived soon after and took Tim to Mount Nittany Medical Center. Nittany, thank you. I could not say it. Nittany. Took him to Mount Nittany, thank you, Medical Center because of the severity of his injuries. He was quickly transported to Penn State Milton S. Hershey Medical Center and rushed into immediate surgery, during which it was discovered that Tim's spleen had ruptured and he was in complete stage 4 shock for losing over 40% of his total blood volume. Wow. Because of brain swelling, half of Tim's skull had to be removed in order to relieve pressure. As surgeons were performing these life-saving measures on 19-year-old Timothy Piazza, it was deemed that his injuries were likely non-recoverable. At 1:23 a.m. on February 4th, 2017, Timothy Piazza was pronounced dead with a BAC of 0.4, which was likely higher at the time. Yeah. It was determined that Tim had been given at least 18 drinks in a span of 82 minutes, and the video from the basement had been deleted by Beta Brothers. And it was also later discovered that he struggled with depression and he had been on antidepressants. So that's likely why he seemed to be much more intoxicated than the other individuals. Immediately after his death, a comprehensive grand jury investigation was conducted by the Center County District Attorney Stacey Parks Miller along with the FBI. And on May 5th, 2017, 18 members of the Beta Theta Pi were arrested and charged in connection to Timothy Piazza's death and the cover-up of his death.
Round of fucking applause.
It was one of the largest hazing prosecutions in U.S. history. So I'm going to go through and talk about some of the charges. So 19-year-old Daniel Casey, who was the pledge master, was charged with 201 counts, including involuntary manslaughter, hazing, furnishing alcohol to minors. 21-year-old Brendan Young, 200 counts, same as Casey. 19-year-old Jonah Newman, 79 counts, same as Casey and Young. 19-year-old Lars Kenyon, 52 counts of reckless endangerment, alcohol to a minor. 21-year-old Michelangelo Chavone, 52 counts, same as Kenyon. 19-year-old Nick Kubera, 50 counts, same as Kenyon and Michelangelo. 21-year-old Ryan Foster, 1 count of tampering with evidence as he had deleted the film, along with Edward Gilman, Joseph Ems, Ryan McCann, and Lucas Rockwell. However, Ems, McCann, and Rockwell's charges were later dropped because they were the ones who called police, except for Joseph Ems was the one who punched Tim in the stomach.
And his got dropped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joseph K., Ryan Burke, Jonathan Kanzler, and Aidan O'Brien received 8 counts each, including involuntary manslaughter, hazing, and providing alcohol for minors. Brian Gebb, Patrick Jackson, Reggie Goki, Mike Fernandez, and Donald Pryor received 3 counts each, including hazing, alcohol to minors, and unlawful acts relative to liquor. In addition to the brothers, Beta Theta Pi fraternity nationals were charged and closed indefinitely on Penn State's campus. On March 23rd, 2018, Jim and Evelyn Piazza introduced the Timothy J. Piazza anti-hazing law, which created tiers that hazing resulting in bodily harm or death should be classified as a third-degree felony, resulting in at least 7 years of prison.
Hell fucking yeah.
And the bill was passed on April 18th, 2018. Soon after, in May of 2018, Senior Deputy Attorney General Andrew N. uncovered a massive cocaine ring that was being ran by the Penn State Beta Theta Pi Executive Board, which was coded by accountants as the, quote, slush fund. On June 13th,
That actually does not surprise me at all.
Right. On June 13th, 2018, Ryan Burke pled guilty to 4 counts of hazing and 5 counts of unlawful acts relative to liquor. On the July 31st, 2018, Burke was sentenced to 3 months of house arrest and 27 months of probation. Yet to this day, no one has received any jail time for the death of Timothy Piazza.
No one?
No one.
Are you literally kidding me?
So let's move on for just a second. We're going to get back to this, but I want to discuss the Beta Theta Pi chapter of Alpha Epsilon at Penn State. It was established in 1888 at the university, and in 1998, Beta Theta Pi launched their, quote, Men of Principle campaign, which is intended to be a cultural reversing initiative, in which a 5-person advisory team of trained and active members led a 100% hazing and alcohol-free pledging and recruitment program. It was an initiative to end the original Beta Theta Pi's SHEP test. The SHEP test was named after founder Francis W. Shepardson, where pledges were held down onto a table with their heads covered with pillowcases. The pledges would then be forced to drink alcohol before their shoes were removed, and they were told they were being branded with like a heated iron stick being like pushed against them and taken
Keith
off.
Raniere.
And then they, instead of being branded, they would be beaten with a paddle, forced to eat and drink various foods and drinks for days, denied sleep, and tortured with the gauntlet. In 2004, Penn State class of 1970 alum Donald Abbey visited the Beta House as he was a billionaire real estate investor. And when he walked in, he said it was fucking repulsive. So much so that he spent $8.5 million to completely renovate the fraternity house, installing 14 security cameras. In January of 2009, because of these security cameras, the chapter was put on probation by the Nationals, which led into an investigation by the university and Nationals, during which the probation was changed to an interim suspension and disbanded because of the hazing and racist actions performed by members and executives. Yet, it was reestablished the next year in 2010 and rechartered, which means fully brought back onto campus, in 2012, just to be permanently banned and closing the chapter after the death of Tim.
I'm so appalled. I'm sick.
Sick.
No words. No fucking words.
It's so sad too, because, you know, like, these Hollywood and movies and books, they like so hype up like hazing and being a frat. No, they totally do.
They glorify
it, and like, it is seriously so dangerous.
And they like glorify it as like comical. Like, right. This shit is funny.
Like, it's funny, and it's not. And it like literally it kills people. Yeah. And Tim is not the only one. I could have listed off a million for you right now if, you know, we wanted to go there. But honestly, this one just fucked me up so bad, because we're his age. Like, yeah, we went and did all that. All of our friends that were in fraternities, like, they went through, and like, you know, I just couldn't imagine like if anything would have happened to these guys. And stuff did happen, but no one thankfully died. Yeah. And I mean, it's just heart. It's just
and then like, for what?
For what?
Like, they're paying you the fucking money. That's like, what you really want.
You're
from
just
them.
We're literally paying you.
You have their image and you have their money, and that's really what Greek life wants.
That's all it is.
That's it.
So,
and their name.
Before we move on and discuss more, or even if I don't even think I fucking have it in me. I'm so upset about this case. Like, I'm just so fighting tears disgusting. Every time. Me and Morgan want to give you some rules to live by in college, and then also we want to remind you things that you want to be sure that you educate with your kids with before you send them to elementary, middle school, and high school. Things that our parents did for us that we really appreciated, and things that we've learned by our friends that have kids that, you know, we think that should be
Let's
said.
Keep them safe. Keep the babies
safe. So, rules to live by in college. If you don't feel safe, fucking leave.
Period.
Don't
ever do anything that you don't want to do, thinking this is normal. Trust me, it's not.
It's
normal.
not fucking normal.
Don't ever think this
just
is
because
normal.
You saw it in a movie does not make it normal. It's not normal. Keep in contact with close friends and family from home, because they know you better than any of these new people that you've ever met, and they know when you need help, even if you don't want to ask for it.
Amen. My home friends, my family, they're always like, girl, you need a mental check.
You need to check yourself. Like,
and also,
you're not reality.
Find my friends.
Yep.
Find your group. Travel as a pack. Good God, live by this.
Always. Tattoo it on your fucking forehead with your forehead chills. I just got forehead chills talking about this.
Literally, never leave a bar alone.
Never, ever, ever. If you come together, you fucking leave together.
And I know you feel like you are like invincible when you're drunk. Like me and Taylor, both of us. We literally do this podcast, and we're still like at the bar, and we're like, we'll be fine. We'll be literally fine. 5 seconds away from our car.
One thing about us, we are never leaving anyone behind. I'll walk through a bar throwing up before I leave without one of my girlfriends.
Period.
And I don't give a fuck if she's like, I want to go home with this guy. Great. If you like him this much right now, you'll like him in 20 minutes when he can come pick you up or send you an Uber. Like,
yeah, or you'll like him tomorrow.
Right. You'll really like him tomorrow. I promise.
Probably not.
Right. Don't rush if you don't want to. Don't think that that's the only way. Rush by sorority recruitment, fraternity recruitment, Greek life in general. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can find amazing friends in other ways. Like some of the best friends, like obviously I found Morgan through my sorority. We found like some of our tightest girls.
But there's so many other things that universities have to offer.
My CEB group, my vault team group, like the 2 clubs that I was in, the
fitness classes,
the gym.
People are regulars, and
yes,
then there's like
your major
clubs
friends literally will save your life.
Clubs, dancing clubs, swim clubs, like
join clubs. Don't think that you have to be in Greek life to like feel like you're fitting in or, you know, abiding by some unwritten society rule. That's not true. If you don't want to be in Greek life, you don't fucking have to. It's just a waste of money, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Period.
If
you're drinking, this is a huge one. You bought it, you opened it, and you had it covered in your hand the entire time. I know it's nice for some other
guy to get you a drink.
But no.
Fuck no.
It literally takes a millisecond for a little slip of something.
Right.
And it happens way too often, more than you'll ever think.
Yes. And I promise you, I would rather lend you some money. I would rather buy my girlfriends 2 drinks and have you pay me back later, or buy me another one later when you have the money for it, than for you to go flirt with random men to try to get a drink. Don't ever fucking do that. Ever.
Yeah.
And your bartenders are probably not your friends either. So don't think like, oh, whatever, like the bartender got it for me. Nope. They're still dangerous. Protect yourself and the others around you. This goes in line with the travel with the pack. But honestly, it's kind of like every person for themselves kind of mentality. And that's just not a safe thing to have. Like if you're in a bathroom and you see that a girl's passed out on the ground, don't fucking walk out of there or take a fucking picture of her. You pick her ass up and you help her out. Like, even if you take her to the bouncer, like, don't get her in trouble or anything, but just do what you can to help her. I picked this girl up. I was walking home. No, Logan came and picked me and my freshman year roommate up from a bar, and he was driving us home. And when we were driving, we saw this girl laying on the fucking sidewalk. I jumped out of the moving car. Logan, my now husband, like, what is she doing?
Who's this crazy bitch?
Just met him. And I jump out of the fucking car. I go over to her and I pick her up. She's gushing blood. She had tripped in gravel. And I picked her up, put her in the car with me. I was like, come on, where do you live? I took her to her dorm. She was too fucked up to get up there. I took her up there, took her in her room. I gave her a face wipe because she lived in my same dorm. And I went back to my room after. Because I'm not leaving her behind. She's laying down in the middle of the fort.
Right. You see something, do something.
Yeah, see something, say something, do something, help someone. Because I promise karma's a fucking bitch if you don't.
Karma is a bitch.
Right.
Lock your fucking doors.
Lock your fucking doors. I don't know if I've ever told the story about it on the podcast. Remember the guy that tried to get into my apartment in the black hoodie?
At Corey?
No. At Morale Hall.
Oh, no.
He was banging on the door and like jiggling the handle trying to get in. And I went out there with a lighter and hairspray.
Oh, you were ready to go.
Oh, I was coming out there with a flamethrower. Like flamethrower. After that, I invested in one of those door stops from the inside.
So cheap off Amazon.
So
literally
cheap.
$20.
Ask for it in your like registry for your dorm room or whatever people do.
College
now.
registries should be a thing. Instead of college grad parties with money, college registries.
Registries. Fully. Sorry, what were you saying? I so interrupted you about locking the fucking doors.
Oh, when you are walking back to your apartment or something, don't bury your head in your phone.
No.
Like, literally, you need to be looking behind you, corner to corner, like
making eye contact with people.
Like, don't be oblivious.
No, and you need to make eye contact with people, because if something were to happen to you, I know this one person's like, fuck, I made eye contact with them that night. I'm in there staring into people's souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever be on your phone.
I'm like, are you looking at me? Oh, hi.
Yeah, hi. Do you need help? Like, don't be scared to ask for help if you need it, but do not seem distracted at any point in time. Be careful with drugs and alcohol. I'm not telling you not to drink. I'm not telling you to not experiment with like weed. I mean, obviously I don't want you out here doing fucking cocaine, guys, but I'm telling you, like, where you're getting it, who's your source. Like, if you're underage and you're trying to get it off of someone that's older, like whatever, you need to be extremely fucking careful. There is no law there, obviously. Right. And it's also extremely dangerous.
Also, weed, you go to the dealer's place, you say, go ahead and light that up and smoke exactly what I'm buying first. Mm-hmm.
Right in front of your
face. You watch
face.
them smoke it first.
And then you from take that same bag. You say, like, you can take the however much you need off of that. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to pay for the full thing. I just want you to smoke it in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful where you post your location.
Yes. So you're partying in the club. You just had a breakup. He's like a Paul Bernardo asswad. And you put that you're at Uptown on your Snapchat story. Don't do that.
I can't tell you the amount of stalker stories we have from our college friends.
Oh my God.
Like, we have our really good college friend who her roommate was like severely stalked. Like, he was breaking into their windows and stuff, and like
standing outside when she was in the shower, like weird
like people
shit.
You don't know people. You don't.
No.
So just be careful with that shit.
And exactly off of that, this is a reminder that everyone in college is, quote, finding themselves. So you have to realize, just like you, everyone is in for a giant change in their personality and the way that they act, because like physically and like biologically, your body is changing, and so is everyone's mind, body around you. So that person that they seemed like a really awesome person, but then they start kind of acting up and being crazy, and maybe it has something to do with drugs or how much they're drinking. Don't put it off that there's someone good inside, but because there's probably not.
Yeah.
it's probably not a good person. Do you have anything else for college?
Just be careful.
Just be fucking careful.
Have fun, though.
Have so much fun, but just be fucking careful. Next, what are we going to tell your kids when they go to school? Number 1, make a course of action with your child if there is ever an active shooter or an intruder in their school, on their bus, outside of the school, or on a field trip, and what they need to do. My mom's rules were fuck your fucking teachers and run as fast as you can to the woods.
Fuck the rules, get out the building.
Get out of the fucking building and make your way to someone's house, bang on the door until someone lets you in. That was my rule.
You create whatever rule you feel comfortable with telling your child.
Whatever you want to tell your kid, tell them that. Like, if you want them to listen to the teacher, tell them to listen to the teacher. If you want them to immediately pick up the phone and call you and you come in and get their asses, you make that plan.
Period. The next is educate them on their rights as a student.
So big.
Let them know that, yes, teacher is their authority, but teacher has laws.
Mm-hmm. And you have rights.
And they have rights.
Yes. And you need to be like, look, if someone's not treating you right and you don't like how your teacher's speaking to you, you can say, like, but using your words correctly instead of, like, you know, being a big baby about it. Just being like, hey, I really don't like the tone that you're using with me. Like, it's really not good for me. Like, do you mind, you know, speaking to me in a different way? Like, using their words to communicate what they need from their teachers, from their authority at their school. Next one, daily updates without prying, obviously. Like, you've got to be slick about it. My mom was kind of a prior and then realized that didn't work with me because I would just shut down if she pried on me.
Yeah.
But mainly you want to ask questions about their classmates and their teachers. Does anyone anyone act out or make you feel uncomfortable ever? And having it like a friend conversation, not, you know, like, did anyone do anything crazy today at school? Like, that's probably how I would do it. And then be like, okay, well, you know that you need to look out for this kid because this kid's always constantly acting out. Like, are they normal? Are they okay? Like, do you need to have a parent-teacher conference about it? What's up?
Yeah. If your child has a phone, fuck a teacher. They need to call you if they need you.
Yep. Because I remember, I don't know what, you know, school rules are with phones now, but phones were like not a thing when we were in elementary school, middle school.
Yeah.
And they were in your locker all day or in your bag turned off.
Had to be turned off.
Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to ask the teacher if you can call your parents and they would tell you no. Like, no.
Why?
If I need my mom, I'm going to call my fucking mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one, where they can go for help. Teacher, SRO, principal, like anybody. But I always was told, like, if you need help.
What's SRO?
Like a school resource officer.
We just call them the officers.
Oh, yeah.
SROs.
Yeah, we call them SROs. So the reason why I say this is because I remember this one time we had a speaker come to my leadership class. And he was talking about like instances in schools where kids felt uncomfortable, were kind of blown off for being dramatic because, you know, they're high school, middle school, like you're being super dramatic. But if something's making you feel uncomfortable, my mom was always like, you go to the officer because he legally has to take you seriously if you say something.
Yeah, period.
So always remind them who they can go to, who their resources are. If they need help, that they can call you and that you'll be there in a momosecond. Like literally a millisecond is a momosecond.
And also as a parent, create a relationship with the teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like make sure they know who you are and
stalk their Facebooks.
Yeah.
Let me know if I need to look up anybody on my PI shit because I will
give us the
teachers'
teachers' names.
Yeah, I'll run a background check on them. I'll see who their parents are, where they were raised.
Anyway, we're so excited for your kids to go back to school, so you listen to us more.
Yeah. Fuck them kids.
Fuck the kids. Send them back.
Yeah. Because you guys forgot about us. I'm just kidding. You guys really showed up and showed out
in
the
you
reviews.
Guys really showed up this last week, so we love you.
So we love you, and we're so glad that your kids are going back to school so you can have some me time.
Yeah.
I know.
It's definitely a parent's favorite time.
I know you're like sad that they're going back because you just really enjoyed the summer having them around all the time. But like, you know, 2 weeks in, you're like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I love this shit.
Do you want to join the dance team? Do you want to join 5 other teams so you can stay after school and I come pick you up?
You need more activities, actually.
Yeah, right. So enjoy your little break after a long summer of having your kids. Everybody who's going back to college, fucking hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Have the best time ever. Be safe. Be observant. Wear our merch on to classes, please.
Wear our merch to camp.
And
to camp. Wear our merch to camp.
Wear it into your sorority rushes, your fraternity rushes.
Show up to Sisterhood Day in our merch. And they say, what's that? You'd be like, this is my sisterhood.
Oh my God. If anybody's rushing at UT, if anybody's rushing at UT, wear it. Wear it. Okay? Actually, don't. You won't
Our
get in.
sorority would literally shake.
They would block you right then.
They would be like, and you're blacklisted.
And you're out of here. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining us for the Back to School special. If you guys have any questions or want us to elaborate on anything, hit us up. We would gladly do it. And we love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.